From station WDWL TV in Cleveland, broadcasting live from Studio C, we bring you the Grumpy Old Man Show, starring the Grumpy Old Man, oh, me, and the Grumpy Vulture. Take your bow. Oh, look at you. Okay, look. All right, there you go. All right, you hammed it up enough. Back in your corner. Greetings, friends. I have no idea if we're going to get echo in Studio C. We shouldn't because we are using the original Blue Yeti. Yes, the Blue Yeti. The USB mic that does it all in one microphone. So, hopefully, there's demons in this studio, so hopefully we have good audio. And now for the topic of tonight's show. More I Want My Mommy, kids. Oh, I'll tell you what, I watched a shitload of videos today, and I cannot believe adults, in quotations, adults, cannot conduct their life without their mommy. You know, I thought the 30-something guy the other day was bad. Today, 43 years old. 43 years old. Yes. He's driving on a suspended license, no insurance. He gets arrested. As the cuffs are clicking on his wrist, what comes out of his mouth? Can I call my mama? The officer looked at him and said, What? Can I call my mama? He then asked him, How old are you? I'm 43. Then you don't need your mama. Get in the car. And then, all of them, they stick their foot out so the door can't get closed. And they keep, can I have my cell phone? Can I call my mama? Can I have my cell phone? Can I call my... And then, when the police jam their leg inside the car to close the goddamn door, then all of a sudden they're being abused, When you get arrested, assholes, get in the fucking back seat. Put both legs in, put your knees together, and let them shut the goddamn door. Oh, jeez. And the worst ones were the drunken females. Oh, my God. Talk about fight. Oh, Jesus. Fight, cuss, swear, get belligerent, call law enforcement every name under the sun. And then there was one. First, the threat was she was going to have every police officer's badge. Then, her father, who was an attorney, would sue each and every one of them personally and take away their pensions and their houses and their cars. And I loved it because the police officer just kept saying, okay, whatever you say, okay, yeah, okay. My father's going to sue the whole department, okay. My father's going to sue the city, okay. And then when Daddy gets to the police station, of course, he's all defensive of his little princess. Until the police officer says, would you like to see the video from our body cam? And of course, Daddy says, oh, yes. They got about a third of the way into the first body cam. And Dad was like, I've seen enough. I've seen enough. So, of course, little princess is yelling, from down the hall, Daddy, bail me out. Now, little princess is 29 years old. She's yelling, Daddy, bail me out, Daddy. To which Dad tells the police officers, I'll pick her up in the morning after she sobers up. Oh, I loved it. Needless to say, Daddy didn't sue the city, each police officer. Yeah, I loved it. But we are talking supposed adults, people. Once you hit the age of 18, technically, your parents can turn you loose and even disown you. But unfortunately, there are a lot of parents out there that just keep coddling these kids because they've coddled them from birth. They've given them everything. They've spoiled them fucking rotten. And unfortunately, they didn't educate them enough to respect law enforcement. Oh, I'll tell you what. The filth that came out of some of these adults' mouths was unbelievable. The names they call the police officers. They're lucky it's not back in the 50s and 60s, where if you said that to a police officer, he would literally beat the fuck out of you, then take you home. And then your parents would beat the fuck out of you. There was no calling, DCS. No. Not back in my day. I've mentioned this a couple of times. Back in my day, back in the 50s, growing up, if you did something wrong at a neighbor's house, that neighbor would beat the shit out of you. Then drag you home to your parents. Explain what you did. Your parents would in turn thank the neighbor and then beat the shit out of you again. Yeah. All you seniors out there that grew up in the 50s, you know what it was. Our parents and everybody around went by the motto, spare the rod, spoil the child. Our parents didn't spare no rods. They used them on us. And we grew up to respect elders. especially law enforcement. See, we were preached that man is your friend. Oh, not today's parents. Oh, no, 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 no. No. These kids growing up basically are taught, oh, you don't have to respect him. He's just out to make a quota. And if I hear one more asshole say, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I'm going to lose my mind. That is today's motto. I can't breathe. There was one girl screaming and kicking in the back seat of a police cruiser. And then she's yelling, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. The officer turned around and said, well, if you'd sit like a lady and take a few deep breaths, you can breathe. If you can scream, you can breathe. And there was one guy, oh, he used his head to bust out the window on the right side of the cruiser. Then when the officer admonished him, he slid across the seat and broke the left window out. Yeah. And then he had the nerve, when he got to the police station, to tell the booking sergeant, oh, they slammed my head against the car door. That's why I'm all bloody and bruised. He seemed to forget all the officers were wearing body cams. Oh, thank God for body cams today. You can't get away with shit. One 22-year-old girl, she calls her parents and says, oh, the police manhandled me and they abused me. Until the body cam video was viewed. All the abuse was hers, not by the police. She banged her head against the partition, kept twisting her wrists to the point where they swelled up in the handcuffs, and then she blamed it all on the police officers. And then the parents watched the body cam. And they were just like the attorney father. We'll pick her up when she sobers up in the morning. Let's teach her a lesson. And of course she's screaming, Mommy, Daddy, don't leave me. Oh, don't leave me here. Well, Mommy and Daddy left her there. Oh, I loved it. But then you get the parents on the opposite end of the spectrum, where they're little angels, they didn't do a damn thing. Oh, no, they were innocent. Even though it's on video. Oh, that's not my son. That's not my daughter. The woman is watching the video going, oh, that's not my son. The son is wearing a hoodie with a F the police on the front of it. In the video, the same guy is wearing a hoodie with F the police on the front of his hoodie. And you know what Mom said? Well, I'm sure they sold more than one of these hoodies. And the officer said, are you taking a real close look at the video, ma'am? He has red Nike tennis shoes. He's wearing very light blue cargo pants. And a hat that says, F the police. And mommy kept saying, they sell those in every clothing store. So again, the police officer said, are you paying close attention to the video? That kid has the same goatee as your son. And mom, again. Well, my son's not the only one with a goatee. At that point, the police just gave up. Because no matter what, they were not going to convince mommy that that was her son. Even though he got in the exact same car that they impounded with a registration that was listed to mommy. And then I love the ones when they're caught with a weapon in their pocket. And they have the nerve to tell the law enforcement officer, those aren't my pants. You're wearing them. They're not my pants. But you're wearing them. They belong to someone else. I borrowed them. Oh, I love that. Yeah, when they get caught with some illegal substance in the pocket of a jacket or a hoodie. I borrowed this jacket. I like the one where the kid swore up and down. It wasn't his. He borrowed it. But his name was in it. It was a uniform jacket from Bintas. Yeah, his name was in the collar of the jacket. But it wasn't his. Belonged to somebody else with the same name. The guy I borrowed it from had the same name, officer. Yeah. Swore up and down it wasn't his jacket. Oh, no, it's not mine. Until they had him remove it at the police station. And the one officer happened to look and went, isn't your name Fred Jackson? Yes. He held the jacket up and went, how come the name tag inside the jacket says F. Jackson? Must belong to somebody with the same name as me. That F doesn't necessarily mean Fred. And the officer, I thought it was a comedian, he goes, oh, okay. I guess the F stands for Frankowitz. And the kid had the nerve to say, oh, yeah, I think that's his name. Frankowitz Jackson. Oh. But to hear somebody in their late 20s, in their 30s, even into their 40s, tell an officer, I need to call my mama. I need my cell phone so I can call my mommy. This is what's being raised. It's the generation after ours. It's basically our kids or their kids. I can guarantee if my son was arrested, he wouldn't be saying, I want my mommy or I want my daddy, because he knows mommy and daddy would leave him there. Oh. I wouldn't go bail him out. If he got arrested for DUI, I wouldn't bail him out. Sleep it off. Learn a lesson. Parents today are too quick to defend their kids. They're little angels. Never do anything wrong. Oh, no. They're polishing their halo. You know, many people dislike the idea of more and more CCTV cameras. It's one of the best things we could have. Because now you don't have to rely on a witness. It's on video. You know, London has more CCTV cameras per mile than any city in the world. They have them everywhere. And on the freeways, besides or in addition to TV cameras, they have what they call automatic number plate readers. These are license plate readers that will immediately send out a signal to all precincts. I don't know if they call them precincts. We'll say every police department that is monitoring, and they all monitor these cameras. These automatic number plate readers automatically notify every law enforcement department where that vehicle is. They can track that vehicle down every mile of the motorway or carriageway. They don't call them freeways. It's the motorway. Or I like when they carriageway. Yeah. They got cameras fucking everywhere. Well, not in restrooms, but yeah. They can track you from a car park. They don't call them parking lots. They can track you from a car park. Like this shoplifter. It was perfect. The girl pulls into the car park. She goes into the mall. Now, the malls have excellent cameras. She goes into a clothing store. Now, she had been suspected of shoplifting before. And security recognized her, so they alerted all the stores. She goes into a clothing store, looks at some outfits very innocently, then goes to the fitting room and puts them on. She had like 4 outfits, and then she put her coat back on, and then she came in wearing, sweatpants. So she, covered everything up. Tossed the hangers in the garbage can and ran out of the store. Now they tracked her through the mall and they got her just as she got to her car. And they arrested her. And she denied everything. Oh, you're picking on me. I didn't. Oh, no. until they got to the police station. And the policewoman started to search her. And it was outfit after outfit after outfit. And then in her purse, she had these special pliers that they use to detach all the security tags, which is another offense. Oh, yeah. 19 years old. She was a pro and had been arrested previously for shoplifting. Now, are you that goddamn dumb that you don't think that they're going to be especially vigilant when you enter a mall? They got her walking through the car park. Yeah, security spotted her right away. They happened to be scanning the car park. And the one officer says to the other one, "Isn't that the same girl we arrested last month?" And they zoomed in, and oh, do they have some great cameras. They spend a lot of money over in England for cameras. And they zoomed in, and they were looking at her going, "Yeah, keep an eye on her." And they watched her walk into the mall and through the mall to a certain clothing store. The clothing store had been alerted she was in the mall. As she came in, this just happened to be the same store she stole from last month. How fucking stupid can you be? But see, this is the generation. I laugh. I laugh at this. They have no brains. And the same shit happens over here. Now, every store doesn't have the security cameras like they do over there. But try pulling that shit at Walmart or Target or Home Depot. Oh, yeah. Especially Walmart. Walmart spends a fortune on CCTV equipment. They have one of the best camera systems. And if you're ever in their loss prevention office, oh, big 40, 50-inch monitors. And each person, because they have several people in the loss prevention, they watch a certain area, a certain department. One girl will be watching toys, another will be watching sporting goods, another will be watching clothing. And they literally are right on your heels with these cameras. And then the idiots that get to the register and think they're going to skip scan. Oh, talk about fucking stupid. The next time you're in Walmart, as you're walking into the store, after the greeter gives you a warm welcome, look at the registers and then allow your eyes to shift upwards. And you see them black half bowling balls over each register that are tinted. They're smoke tinted. They look like half of a bowling ball over each register. That's not a decoration. That is a 4K PTZ camera. Pan, tilt, zoom. That's what the Z stands for. And they can zoom in so well that they can literally read the price tag. Yeah, that's how good them cameras are. They can read the price tag and see how you're skip scanning. And usually what that people will do is they will take 3 or 4 items in their hand and just scan one and put them in the bag. And they'll take 3 or 4 more items and scan one and put them in the bag. They're watching you, people. They can see that you have like 4 items in your hand and you're not scanning 1, 2, 3, 4. No, you're scanning one. And then you wonder why you get stopped at the door by loss prevention or law enforcement. And if you are caught skip scanning or shoplifting, first of all, you're banned for 1 year from every Walmart in America. And every Walmart in America has your picture. And they check them pictures regularly. Yeah, they call it the wall of shame. Every person that gets arrested for skip scanning or shoplifting, they post their picture on the wall in loss prevention. And the people in loss prevention look at them pictures constantly, like, oh, look who's here. Sherry Jernovsky, the one we've arrested 3 times in the past, that is banned from the store. And then they call law enforcement, and law enforcement is graciously waiting at the exit to place you in handcuffs for trespass and shoplifting if you happen to tuck away a few items in your pocket or purse or, or if you skip scanned 20 items at the register. Yes, law enforcement will give you that warm welcome like the store greeter. Thank you for coming to Walmart. And the police are, thank you for breaking the law at Walmart. Click, click, click. And the silver bracelets go on. And then you will hear the favorite line. I need to call my mama. Can I have my cell phone? I need to call my mommy. At 32 years old. Oh, that 40-something guy today. Ah, oh, Jesus. I'm pretty sure I said 43. Yeah. 43 years old. You get arrested. Do you say, I need to call a lawyer? No. You say, I need to call my mama. Ah, jeez. I'd be embarrassed as shit to do that. Officer, I need to call my mama. You what? Yeah. 43 gets arrested and needs to call his mama because he's such a good boy. He's been polishing his halo. Yeah. driving on a suspended license with no insurance, in mommy's car. I guess he needed to call mama to tell her, hey, your car's getting impounded. Oh. This is what is being raised today. A bunch of spoiled brats that probably can't even wipe their own ass. And when they get in trouble, instead of standing on their own goddamn 2 feet, they need to call their mommy. They should have something tattooed on their forehead that says, I'm over 18. I'm responsible for myself. Because, yes, once you're 18, you're considered an adult, which means you stand on your own 2 feet and suck it up. But no, because they've been spoiled from birth. And mommy has gotten them out of trouble since they were 5 years old. They continue to call mommy. And sadly enough, mommy continues to bail them out and make excuses for them. Thank God my generation was raised differently. Yeah, I think my mother had a cast iron wooden spoon because that fucker wouldn't break. And believe me, I've still got the bumps in my head to prove that. And the welts on my ass. It was different back then. When you got an ass whooping, you didn't call CPS. But unfortunately, they preach that shit in the school. If your parents lay a hand on you, you have the right to call CPS. So, with that being preached to the little darlings in school, now, who has the upper hand? Is it the parents? No, because the parents are scared shitless. Oh my God, if I happen to pinch my kid, they're going to call CPS. Because they were told that in school. And many schools give out the number. Here's the phone number. Put it in your cell phone that mommy and daddy are paying for. Put it on speed dial in the cell phone that mommy and daddy are paying for. And most of you spoiled brats already have your iPhone 16 Pro Max because you threatened mommy or daddy. Or you little princesses whose BFFs all have the newest version, and you might be shunned. So, you come home crying your eyes out, and does mommy say, hey, suck it up. Your iPhone 15 Pro Max is working just fine. Oh no, it's get in the car, I'll get my purse and credit card, and we'll drive out to Davy Crockett Park, to the Apple Store. Yeah, I've seen it with my own eyes. The little princess down the street. Yeah, I've been there. Had I not been there, I wouldn't believe it. But I was physically sitting on the couch when the little princess came in crying her eyes out because her BFFs were going to shun her from the clique because she didn't have an iPhone 16 Pro Max. And just an iPhone 16 won't do. Oh, no, 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 no. We have to have the Pro Max. Because all the BFFs have the Pro Max. And does mommy say no? No. Because mommy has been threatened over the years with CPS. Because they preach it in the school. If your parents are abusing you, put CPS on speed dial. And then every now and then a kid will call. And then the parents are scared shitless from that day forward. Heaven forbid they say no to the little princess. Because she'll pull out her iPhone 16 Pro Max and hit speed dial and report her parents. Now, this little princess never did that, but she made sure to inform mommy that they preached it in the school and gave the kids the number and actually helped them put it in their phones. Yeah. That shit didn't go on when I was in school. Oh, no. Matter of fact, I had one teacher in first grade who just about ripped my ear off because that's what she would do. If you were acting up in class, she would grab you by the ear and stand you up by your chair and then march you to the coat room. Yes, we had coat rooms. And make you stand in the corner. And then she'd call your parents. While you're putting ear on your ear. While you're putting ear on your swollen ice. Take two. While you're putting ice on your swollen ear. Because she just about twisted the fucker off your head. And we were hit with rulers in school. Yeah. If you were bad, we actually had one teacher would make you lay your hands flat on the desk. And then she'd get out her yardstick and thwack. Yeah. It was like that back in the day. And if you got punished in school, your parents agreed with it. And then you got punished at home. So you got the double whammy. You don't believe it? You youngsters? Talk to the people my age. We'll give it to you straight. We got punished in school, and we had to suck it up. In high school, the wood shop would make all the teachers custom paddles. Yeah. And if you got a detention, you would have to bend over the desk or grab your ankles while the teacher wound up. And we had one teacher that could literally lift your ass off the floor because he had a nasty upswing when he'd swat your ass. And the punishment was 3, not 1. Yeah, he would make you walk around the room. You would get your first one. Thwack! And then he allowed you to rub your ass while you walked around the outside perimeter of the classroom. And then you bent over the desk. Thwack! And then you rubbed your ass again while you made that circle. And then you bent over the desk. Thwack! And then he sent you home. And you rubbed your ass all the way home. And the next couple days, the cheeks of your ass looked like an eggplant. Talk about black and blue. Oh. And I know from experience, because it happened to me once. And that taught me a lesson. Don't do the old FAFO in class. That stands for fuck around and find out. Because if you fucked around, after school, you found out. Yeah, you came home and you sat in a bucket of ice water. And then for the next couple of days, your ass cheeks looked like an eggplant. And then they slowly turned other colors. Yellow, blue, And then it finally went away. And you didn't dare allow an ass cheek to show and your parents spot it. Because then you would get questioned. Why is your ass dark purple? I fell down. Try it again. I got swats in detention. Oh, really? You're going to get more. When that ass heals up and the purple goes away, I'm going to purple it again. And you could guarantee your ass got purpled again. And you really learned a lesson. Because we didn't have CPS. We had FAFO. Yeah. Don't take Grumpy's word for it. Find a senior who grew up in the late 40s or 50s, even into the 60s. Yeah. Ask them. Could be any state, any city. It happened everywhere. Ask somebody. They'll tell you. There was no CPS. There was BYA. Beat your ass. And like I say, if you got it in school, you got it again. So you learned a lesson real fast. Believe me, the first time was the last time for Grumpy. And luckily, I made sure my ass was covered at all times, if you catch my drift. Because I had the type of parents you didn't fuck with. As I have mentioned many times. In 1947, my father was a Golden Gloves boxer. In 1948, my mother turned professional wrestler. Yeah, she was semi-pro until 48. And then she went full pro. And she wrestled at the old Cleveland Arena. My sister has all the scrapbooks. As a matter of fact, I will be talking to her this week. I'm going to ask her if she'll copy me a few pictures so I can show you what my wrestler mother looked like in the ring. Two parents I didn't fuck with. Believe me. I knew what a full Nelson was before I knew what a full Nelson was. Because I got put in it several times. And if my father happened to punch me, I went across 2 rooms, not one. As a matter of fact, we had 3, count them, 3 aluminum storm doors on our house because I got put through them 3 different times. The third one I had to pay for because I had a part-time job. And I couldn't even scrap the aluminum, goddammit. Yeah. So Grumpy speaks from experience as to what it was growing up in the 40s and 50s, in the 30s, but I don't know, I never really talked to anybody back then. But yeah, that's the way it was. Schools were 100% different. Teachers could beat your ass and get away with it. From kindergarten. Like I say, my first grade teacher almost ripped my ear off. And she did it to girls, too. Get up, little missy, and go to the coat room. And then she'd escort you while she was twisting your fucking ear. Teachers didn't get reprimanded. Oh, no. So, all you little spoiled fucking brats, you're fucking lucky you didn't grow up in Grumpy's era because you'd have a completely different attitude. And if you did wrong, you weren't little innocent that called mommy to get you out of trouble. No. And I feel sorry for this world with all these spoiled, rotten fucking brats today. Thank God, when they become mayors, law enforcement, senators, congressmen, I'll be taking that dirt nap. Scary thought, people. Spare the rod and spoil the child. Well, kids today, there isn't even the rod, or the wooden spoon, or the belt, or the switch. No. Because kids have the phone number for CPS, and they hold their parents hostage. I've seen it. Scary thought. I don't know how the generations deteriorated like they did. Because kids grew up and are growing up today with no respect for their elders. None whatsoever. Back in my day, a young kid would hold the door for an adult to enter a store. Not today. I almost had a goddamn kid knock me down the other day to get in the door in front of me. Yeah. I wanted to beat the fuck out of him with my cane. But I don't look good in silver bracelets. Although I'll tell you what, I'd have made my mark on his head with my cane. Thwack! See, Grumpy has to maintain his composure. Because Grumpy does not want silver bracelets. Lawyers are expensive. And I don't have lawyers are us on my speed dial. I do have my lawyer's number in my phone, but he's not on speed dial. Yeah. My lawyer is well known here in Cleveland. Look at a billboard, and you'll know the slogan. He makes them pay. Everybody knows who he is now. Yes. He makes them pay. That's his motto. So now everybody knows. I haven't used him in ages, but I call him now and then. I'll be calling him before the end of the week to wish him a Thanksgiving and remind him who I am. Then I'll call him before Christmas to remind him who I am. Just so that he knows. Like if Grumpy happens to be, in a jail cell at 2 in the morning and I make a phone call, he knows which asshole is calling him at 2 in the morning. And then he makes me pay. Shit happens. Yeah. He's on a lot of billboards in Cleveland. I'll make them pay. Okay. And if you get arrested, he'll make you pay. Either way, somebody pays. Yeah. If he's suing someone, he'll make them pay. And if you fuck up, he'll make you pay. He gets paid either way. He don't care. Guilty, innocent, I'm going to get my money. He's taken care of Grumpy many years back. I just keep reminding him who I am, just in case. I have to call him at 2 in the morning. And then he'll make me pay. It's always good being a lawyer. Either way, you get paid. I've yet to meet a lawyer that didn't get paid. Yeah. But mine, he advertises. I'll make them pay. And if you call him at 2 in the morning and wake his ass up, he'll make you pay. He gets paid either way. That should be his new slogan. I get paid either way. Nice guy. Have to admit, very nice guy. Pleasure to deal with. Gets right on things, gets things handled. And either way, someone pays. Maybe I'll call him tomorrow. Remember me? I'm the guy that every year asks you around the holidays, remember me? Then he sends me a bill. You wasted half an hour of my time. Pay. I would hate to think what his hourly fee is, because I haven't used him in eons. I just remind him who I am. I don't want to be the one that pays. I want someone to pay me. And him. As long as it's not me. So all you people in Cleveland, now you know who's in my telephone. And if you don't, just look for a billboard with a guy going, I'll make them pay. And then you know who it is. And you can call him and say, hey, Grumpy sent me. And he'll fucking hang up on you. No, he wouldn't do that. But I guarantee he sets the timer. Answers the phone. Hello. Hang on. Click. Tick, 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 tick. Okay, you've been on the phone 15 minutes. You owe me a quarter hour of my fee. Thank you. And I'll make you pay. Nice guy, though. As long as you don't have to pay him. I'll put that on my schedule for tomorrow. Call Mr. I'll make them pay. Just to remind him who I am. Remember me? What do you mean, no? I call you every holiday to remind you. Oh, yeah. You're that asshole. Click. At least he knew who I was. And hey, make sure you put that asshole with a capital A. And he will. I'm listed under A in his Rolodex. A. Grumpy. And with that, I hope the nice Blue Yeti is not echoing. Because it shouldn't. It's not going through a mixer. It's USB with the controls right here. Like I told you, here's the gain, which is turned way down. And then this control here, the second one, gives you front or rear or both or 360. Because there's 4 heads in here. One of my 3 Blue Yetis. Yes, I have one with a black screen and a dark gray bottom. I have this one with the chrome screen and the light silver, and then the fancy limited edition matte pearl white. One of the buddies' mics. Yes, one of my buddies' mics. I got the 2. Although one was enough, but I was greedy. No, I wasn't. His wife said, take 2 of them. Okay. He had like 10. Oh, he had one in every color. I should have got the neat red one. He had a red one. Had a red bottom, but I didn't like the black top. But yeah. I guess he started with... No, he started with the MXLs. And then he went to USB mics. Oh, he had a shitload of USB mics. His son and his son's buddy got those. I just got these 2. The original Blue Yetis. So, There better not be an echo. I'm wearing the new headphones. See, I have brand new ones for over here, for Studio B and C. Shouldn't be a problem. I got them turned down, so there shouldn't be any feedback between the two here. And I'm using a different computer with a freshly updated Prism Live. It updated this morning. So it's got a new update. There shouldn't be any volume problems. I even went in and I checked the audio settings to make sure nothing changed. Because once you lock them in, they're supposed to stay. But sometimes with the updates, you never know what might screw up. So fingers crossed, there's no echo. Or, back in my day, reverb. So RB, I'll be looking for your comment. Because RB does my critiquing. I love it. He's 100% honest. And sometimes brutally honest. But that's what I want. Because then I can blame it on that asshole right there. I can blame the bird for it. He's causing the problem. Oh. I'll hear about that from management in the morning. Yeah. And yeah, this morning's meeting with the CEO, guess who has to sit in? Yeah. So I thought Studio C was going to be just mine. Not. It's in his contract. He gets to irritate the fuck out of me in every studio. But you notice how far back in the corner he is. Oh. He actually looks pretty good sitting in that corner. He looks like the stuffed jackalope. Oh, I'm getting the evil eye. I can feel it in the back of my head. I'll hear about that tomorrow. I guess what I'm going to have to do is go across town and rent an office and turn it into Studio D. And I won't tell him the location, although he'll probably put a GPS tracker on my truck. And then I can broadcast without the bird. Matter of fact, I could give the bird the bird. Oh. I made a pun. I know, Grumpy. Yeah. Cheap ass, dumb crumb. Yeah. Dumbass pun. I thought I enjoyed it. Give the bird the bird. Oh. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do the playback. And if there is a reverb, RB, like I say, I'm working on it, but feel free to be brutal with your comment. Class. Oops. Yes, a class photo. Standing on the stage in the auditorium. The whole class. Me and RB. Now, we're not standing next to one another, but me and RB are in that photo like a first grade lineup. Mugshots. Yes. Grumpy does have some friends that go back that far. And RB is a loyal follower and a loyal person to give me an honest critique. Honest critique. Sometimes brutal. But see, it's appreciated because longtime friends know they can be brutally honest with one another, and the other party won't get pissed off. Not to mention I'm too goddamn old to chase him around. But, yes, for all of you out there, when I mention RB, he knows who I'm talking about. I know who I'm talking about. And we have been friends since kindergarten. Oh, God, that makes me feel fucking old. Kindergarten. Okay, RB, I'm going to pick your brain. It didn't start with a G. No. Miss G, I won't mention her full name, was the one that would rip our ears off. She was first or second grade. Third grade was Miss U. I can't remember kindergarten. Wearing our 1950s Sunday best. Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious to look at that picture. And to think, God damn, look how fucking young we were. If we could do it over. Except all the beatings and all the shit from the teachers. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm surprised I don't have arthritis in my knuckles from them goddamn yardsticks. Twack! Oh! And don't you dare cry. Because we had some teachers that were really mean and you'd get it again. Yeah. Hey, RB. Remember the bomb drills? The air raid drills? Duck and cover. Those famous words. Duck and cover under your desk. Yeah. In the 50s, we had air raid drills. Wasn't that scary? Yeah, all you little spoiled rotten brats today. Oh, hey, our air-conditioned schools and all nights, ultra-modern desks and equipment. Yeah, we had shit from back in the 30s, and we had air raid drills. We would have to duck and cover under our desk. And my neighbor was a member of the civil defense. Yeah, he had the white car with the round CD emblem and a beacon light on the roof. And they had hand spotlights. They didn't have them fancy ones. Oh, he thought he was cool. Drive down the street at night just for fun, hit you with that spotlight. You'd think the cops were after you. Then you'd see that round blue CD emblem on his door, and then he'd laugh his ass off as he drove by. One day, I still have it. My shortwave radio. Yeah. I have a shortwave radio. Back in the day, we used to listen to the BBC, Radio Free Europe. Yeah. That was cool. Never listened to Tokyo Rose, though. No, I never heard her. But yeah, we had shortwave radios, civil defense, and air raid drills. Everyone, duck and cover. And if you didn't duck and cover right, you got kicked in the ass. Do it right. Ow. I think I still have the toe print from one of my teacher's shoes in my ass because I didn't duck and cover right. You kids think you have it hard today. And with that, I think I'm going to duck and cover. I'll talk to you